Hello and welcome to the next part of my video where I'm going to take up part 2 of the lesson Gentlemen of the Jungle. In the previous part we had seen how the elephant had occupied the hut of the gentleman and then a commission had been set up to find out the truth. Now the commission sat to take the evidence and obviously the first person who was called to give his testimony was Mr. Elephant. Now, Mr. Elephant entered the commission very arrogantly, very haughtily, brushing his tusk, the false teeth, which the elephants have. He came in brushing the tusk with a sapling, with a small plant, which Mrs. Elephant had provided him. And very confidently and very politely, he stated his fact in front of the commission. According to him, he had always regarded it as a duty to protect the interest of his friends. And in this case, the man was his friend and there has been a misunderstanding between him and his friend. According to him, the house was in danger, the hut was in danger because of the hurricane. And so, out of his friend's interest, the elephant had gone and occupied the unoccupied space so that the hurricane does not destroy the hut. Now, the man was called in after listening to Mr. Elephant's evidence before the man, the hyena was called who also supported the elephant, and then they called the man to give an account of his dispute, but they did not listen to him completely and they just asked him to confirm whether the unoccupied space in his hut was occupied by anyone else before Mr. Elephant sat there. The man said no. No, but they didn't let him complete. They didn't give him an equal chance to put forward his point. They just asked him, was this space occupied by anyone before the elephant went and sat there and saved your hut? No. That's it. End of story. They didn't give him chance to further elaborate what was the issue, and now that he was out in the rain, nothing. They just declared that the evidence was sufficient from both the side, and they also enjoyed a delicious meal at the expense of Mr. Elephant. So here we can see a lot of corruption. We can see the judgment in the favor of animals. Here the animals, as I said, represent the European power which had been exploiting the African. The Africans over here is represented by the man. And how the man did not get any chance to put forward his words, his evidence. So the final judgment given to the man was that he was supposed to let the elephant continue occupying the hut, and they also gave him permission to find any other suitable place to build a hut for himself. The man, when he saw that there was no alternative and fearing that if he refuses to the judgment, they might kill him, he left from there. He built a house somewhere else, but then again Mr. Rhinoceros charged in with his horns and ordered the man to quit. A similar commission was set up and the same procedure was followed, until Mr. Buffalo, Mr. Leopard, Mr. Hyena and the rest all got new huts at the expense of the man. This all shows the exploitation of the man, in other words, the African, by the various European powers. At last, the man sat down and thought, there is nothing that treads on the earth that cannot be trapped. In other words, there is no power in this world which will not come to an end. You can trap them. You cannot fool people forever. You can fool them once, but not forever. You have taken enough advantage of me. Now it's my turn to take revenge. So early one morning, when the huts were already occupied by the jungle lords, and the huts which were occupied by the jungle lords were starting to decay and fall into pieces. So early one morning, the man went out and he built a bigger and better hut a little distance away. Obviously, this was a bait. This was a trap for all the animals. The moment they saw a bigger and a better hut, they all pounced to occupy that place in the hut. And they all started fighting about their rights to enter. Finally, when they had all entered, what did the man do? He took it as a chance to take revenge and he burnt the hut. And then he went home saying, "Yes, peace is costly." How was it costly? He had to burn the hut, but it's worth the expense. But now he is happy. He's alone. He's happy to be at peace in the jungle. So I hope you have understood the lesson. Do like it.